Hey, all you aspiring designers. We're in the city of Pune with the co-founder of Futuring Design, Chandrashekhar. Chandrashekhar is an alumnus of the Industrial Design Center at IIT Bombay and is a member of the National Design Committee. So let me get straight to Chandrashekhar. Hey Chandru, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
You know, industrial design is a subject that a lot of people are interested in but are not very sure about what the scope is. So could you scope it out for us?
I'll take you to the history of industrial design and maybe it will help you to understand what's the broad scope. So this is an outcome of industrial revolution. And so most of the time, either it could be craftsmen or designers of some nature who would be doing some things. Like a shoemaker was making a shoe, but it was never mass manufactured. So post-industrial revolution, whatever you saw was being done is coming under the whole gamut of industrial design.
Okay.
Or sometime back we used to say it is pins to planes. But today it is possibly even in some portion of spacecraft, some portions of game design, maybe furniture. It's very big.
Okay. So
Yes.
automobile design is a part of this. Product design, what they call, is it a part of this?
Yes, it is part of this. So automotive design segregated some 50 years back as a specialized course. Not exactly automotive designers, but they're called as transportation designers.
Okay. And this program that you did at IIT, so is this like a 4-year program?
Well, IIT offers you, now it offers you both. It's a Bachelors in Design, it's called the BDes, and they offer Masters in Design, which is called MDes. So they have been offering you Masters in Design program since 1969.
Okay.
And this is the second batch for Bachelors. So 4 years of Bachelors is what worldwide people offer you. 2 years of Masters program, or there are some schools which will offer you a 5-year sandwich program. So you do an integrated Masters or an integrated MBA in design marketing, something like that.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
so what's your suggestion for students watching? Should they do 4 years and take a gap, or should they do the 5-year program? How do you think works best?
It's a very technical subject because this is kind of an extension of art and kind of an extension of engineering. So you should have technical bent of mind, because it's not just like being an artist where you do something and some shape happens.
Right.
You are responsible for design. So here mathematics is very important, physics is important.
Okay.
4 years program, bachelor's is good,
Right.
but very few schools offer you those programs. But I suggest, a lot of people I suggest that you do engineering or you do architecture,
Okay.
because your foundation is really good. As you are aware, it is not very popular here. So it is better to be stronger in your foundation and then take up a master's program.
Right. So you're saying it's a great idea also to do math and physics in school, perhaps do like an undergrad in engineering, maybe?
Yes.
And then do the masters
Yes.
in design.
Yes.
Oh, that's a brilliantly new way to look at design.
Yes, and it's very vast. As I told you, some people from embedded systems also do industrial design. So they would choose their inclination towards industrial design.
Right.
Some people who are extremely good in technical subjects, they might do core industrial design. So some people who are very good in ergonomics, or they have bent of mind towards that, so they will look at projects which are related to ergonomics. Like look at furniture design. We look at furniture as just piece of object, but actually it's healthcare.
So Chandru, I find sometimes students are good at art and they think that, design is a natural extension of it. But what skills do you think they should possess or hone in order to be successful as an industrial designer?
Interesting question, Chetna, but I'll tell you, it does require a huge amount of preparation, like any other subject for that matter. And it's a tough profession, like every other profession. But I tell people that it's not that you just get a degree and you'll become an industrial designer. It's a very long journey. So people think that, okay, it is just a drawing part of it.
Right.
It's not. Drawing part of it is a very small component where actually it helps you to understand that you have some level of sensitivity. So either towards color, either it's toward drawing things in proportion, or replicating an object. But I also feel it's very important that you should be a bit destructive.
Destructive?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like you see a small child and he's trying to break
apart, okay.
I think so it's a good trait.
Right.
Well, my parents used to say I used to open up every other object.
Okay.
So I think so that could be the germ which I saw myself saying that, okay, I have an inclination towards the subject.
Yeah, curiosity.
Curiosity,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So inquisitiveness, curiosity is possibly a start point.
Okay.
So if you're not curious, then you are not observant. And if you're not observant, then you are not able to analyze.
Sure.
And if you're not able to analyze, you're not able to detect whether it's right or wrong. So if you look at industrial design as a subject, it actually is to do with problem solving.
Okay.
So if I am able to see a problem, then I am able to understand that and I am trying to solve it. Now solving it is also coming with a purpose. Why is it being done so? So simple objects like, look at the length of a pencil.
Okay.
So
why is it that long and not less or more? Okay.
Why the diameter of that pencil has not changed?
Okay.
And there is no special pencil for kids and there is no special pencil for elderlies. So there is a reasoning behind it.
Okay.
I normally give a problem to students who want to become designers, saying that okay, you redesign a pencil, right? It's very difficult. So a person should have that knack to actually go deep inside and actually question why it is being done. So
there's no theory.
There's no theory. There are manufacturing processes.
Right.
There's
some science. Probably
some science is there, but as there is no subject like good design, how to do good design.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? Or what is bad design? There's no. So these are point of views.
Okay. So tell me, there's a high school student thinking about should I, shouldn't I? So how early should they start preparing? What kind of preparation do they require for this?
I firmly tell them that if you wish to do medicine, then at what age do you want to start preparing? Right?
I think probably 8th, 9th
exactly.
grade or so.
Exactly. So because you would know, okay, if you are willing to take up this subject, then certain skill sets exist with you and some might require a huge amount of preparation. So the way you go for classes for something to understand math, then you might have to do classes for sculptures, or you might do classes for color theory, or you might do classes for stitching.
Okay. And these classes exist?
They do exist. So if you look at ceramics, like if I want to become a ceramic designer, I need to know pottery.
Sure.
So when do I start? I might possibly start it in the standard 6th.
Early childhood.
Because then my hands are really understanding the material like clay. Yeah, 8th would be a good time where a person starts preparing for design.
And there are formal classes available for like an entrance examination?
Yes, there are, but those are just preparing you to certain set of questions. But that's not the way to do it, I would suggest.
Okay.
Internationally, if you go to different schools worldwide, people who have shown this interest will take up classes for carpentry, or they would do a small apprenticeship.
Okay.
Or they might end up with an industrial designer's office. Unfortunately, in our country, that doesn't exist.
Right, it's very limited.
But last 2 years, I've been seeing that there are parents have been showing interest. I had students from 11th standard and 12th standard who have spent their summer vacations with us.
Oh, fantastic.
Just to see whether they're capable or not. Okay. So I think so they should do it and then look for a proper 6 months program who train them to join an industrial design school or something like that.
So Chandru, show us some of the interesting designs and your pieces of work.
Okay. See, we have been doing really big projects. I cannot get you a refrigerator here, but I'll start with small object.
Okay.
So look at this product. It's called a Jimmy Proof lock. It is also called the verti-bolt because the bolts come vertically up. So the bolts come here. This is
they climb up.
It's one of the most secure locks in the world. It is also called Jimmy Proof lock. So basically, you can't put a crowbar and break the house.
Right.
So you have to break the door.
Okay.
So when this is 63 years old and almost designed, and then when it came to us, we looked at it as a product in terms of safety, but we looked at the usability part of it. So who's going to use it? It actually makes a lot of noise. So it's like it tells you that my house is locked or not. So it makes tuck to
like a
click and no, it was not click, it's clack.
Okay.
From there to a product where we have reached here. So that's the product.
Okay. Wow. There are no screws visible on the top. I can see.
There are no screws visible. The knobs have become bigger.
Sure.
Yeah. But we got the proportion of the knob a bit correct so that even an old person and even a young boy actually is able, child can open this, right? We also worked on the sound of it.
Okay.
It's a simple click which actually tells you, because it's a tactile feedback, and you're hearing it, you're audible, right? Nobody thinks about it, that even the sound is part of it. But if you look at design, the touch, feel, hear, sound, all the sensory organs actually are active. If you look at a wine glass, the mouth of the wine glass actually deciphers what aroma you need to get first, because your nose comes first.
Oh, Okay, so if it's narrow at the top or if it's
So the quality of wine or the wine what you're having, either it's Bordeaux, it is red, what kind of white, it's a Chardonnay, what kind of wine. So it actually, it's tantalizing. It's actually activates some things out of you. Like it's a small toy. We haven't designed it, but it actually brings the kid in you. It actually just moves sideways. So it makes you smile, right?
Yeah.
So there is a child in you which is making you smile. So it just keeps walking around.
Oh, okay. So cute.
But how do you replicate it? So if you look at the systems and mechanisms, so this is an engineer's job, or it is also an industrial designer's job.
Right.
Look at this simple tray. It is, you can say it's plywood, but it just works too correctly. So if you look at the fingers, my fingers are going to go here. I'm able to hold it perfectly.
Sure.
So my interaction is very less. 6 glasses sit perfectly.
And it's stable.
And it's stable and it's balanced out completely.
Right.
I'm not going to fumble here and there.
Right.
So what is the correct size? This design actually teaches you. This is to hold, it's a lever handle.
Right.
So you open this. But it actually, there is something about this which you like.
Sure.
So my job is, so this is like an art form.
There's a comfort in holding it.
Comfort in holding it. But there's so many things which you will find comfort. What makes you connect to this is our job. So we are emotionally trying to connect you and the product.
So Chandru, sometimes I see students talented in the field of art and creative, but not very sure whether they should look at design or industrial design or versus architecture. So where do you think the lines are, and how do you think you can help them decide?
It's blurry. Industrial design is an offshoot of architecture.
Okay.
So if somebody has got a bent of mind towards just doing spaces, buildings, then he knows exactly, or he's little clear about what he wishes to do.
Okay.
Sometimes they are more creative, like what I talk to you about, like breaking up things, putting it apart. Then I think so they should test themselves out in some levels whether they are bent towards industrial design. If you want to know more about industrial design, today it's got offshooted towards called UI UX, that is usability factor, or you talk about game design. Game design never existed.
Right.
Today it's a specialized course, or for that matter, if you look at animation, it existed many years ago, but it became like a mainstream, like through a digital media 15 years back. So if you look at all the cartoon characters, the way they have been presented today is actually an offshoot of industrial design as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, it is. It's
and there's a professional
there
training.
is a professional training, and there is a professional courses, and it's a profession which exists, and it is valued extremely highly.
I'm sure. Yeah.
You are reading small strips.
We're all with Pokemons and you know.
So as I said, it's blurry.
So Chandru, which would you think are the good colleges or programs that are available for students to do?
There are 2 schools of design in India. One is IDC, where I passed out from. That's an IIT Mumbai,
Right.
IIT Bombay. There's another school which is called National Institute of Design,
Ahmedabad.
which is Ahmedabad,
Okay.
right? They offer both bachelor's and master's program. Now NID has got many campuses. So do IIT. So
Okay.
if you look at IDC, so IIT Bombay has called something called IDC. Then there is something called as DOD, Department of Design in Guwahati, which offers you a bachelor's program as well as a master's program and a PhD program.
Oh wow. Okay.
So there are some new schools, like Pune has got 3 schools of design. One is MIT, second is Symbiosis, and third is DSK ISD. So that is, DSK is integrated, it's actually a French school. So they are Rubica, along with DSK, they are partnered. They have a 5 years master's integrated program.
Right.
But there are limited schools. Internationally, there are enough and more. From Singapore to US has got lots of schools. Germany is fantastic. Japan has got a lot of schools. Some people actually go an extra mile. Like a couple of students of mine whom I said, why don't you try Japan? So they actually studied Japanese.
Wow.
They took 1 year program and they learned Japanese.
Amazing.
Yeah, because their tutorials are in Japanese.
Yeah.
I know some of them who actually have learned German and went to
okay. The German schools are not.
They don't
not
teach in English.
Oh, okay.
Like there is a comprehensive website called Course 77.
Course 77.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a comprehensive industrial design related website where you could see schools, firms, internship positions and everything. Then there is a website called Behance, which actually uploads portfolios of students worldwide.
Okay.
I would not suggest students that you go to a particular school because of ranking.
Sure.
Go because who's teaching you there and what kind of programs do they offer. Like there are some schools in Nordic countries or Netherlands and Denmark, absolutely brilliant schools. There is a school in Sweden which is called Umeå, which is it's a fantastic school because the principal or the mentor has been one of the finest designers, Andre Branzi, who set up the school. It's absolutely brilliant. But to go there, you have to appear for 1 year pre-prep program to see whether you are fit for that program or not.
Oh my God, okay.
Yeah, so that's nice.
Yeah, of course.
So that's
They're
nice.
making sure that once
yeah.
you get in, you make the most
because
of it.
it's too fast. So they don't want to make you feel that, okay, you are not fit.
Right.
So you basically run through program.
Right.
US has got absolutely good schools. SCAD is a very good school. Pasadena is a very good school. Art Center is a very good school. UK has got a couple of them. So if you want to see the opportunities, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Especially in India, if people are willing to do industrial design, then I tell them go visit those schools.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of forums where you could actually talk to students and find out what are they liking it.
So Chandru, are there any helpful resources available that students could use while preparing?
I start my day with a few websites. That also includes Kickstarter.
Okay.
It's actually somebody is trying to do something around the world and he puts up his project and he looks for funding.
Oh wow.
And then it could be as low as $1 or something like that, but it helps you to see what all people are trying to do.
Yeah.
So somebody is trying to make a wallet and he's pitching that project. So I don't know if students are watching Shark Tanks. It's a good way to see. So design has not stayed limited to doing things nice and beautiful and things, but actually finding new needs.
Right.
So it actually helps you to find inventive thinking.
Okay. Okay.
MIT Media Labs, or there are 2 volumes called How Things Work. There are digital version also. Everything is possibly explained in that. How does a washing machine work? Okay, I need to design a new dispenser for shampoo, right? So shampoo bottle dispensers.
Yeah.
So without even finding out how it's working and what is the problem, you will not be able to do it.
Yeah. So Chandru, you've given us some fantastic information about this field. So
Right.
what would be that advice also that you would want to share with students?
Discipline is very important. So when we talk about discipline, people look at it as, okay, it's like somebody's just trying to regiment you.
Right.
That's not true. If you want to take a course in industrial design or fine art or something, you have to practice. You have to practice to any level, and that doesn't end over there. So it's just, you cannot say that, okay, my sketching is perfect, because there is nothing perfect. So,
Okay,
this is my sketchbook, and I'm going to show you some sketches I do.
Oh wow.
Okay, so these are the kind of books which I maintain. So this is a habit.
So this is always in your bag.
It's always in my bag. So it has got all sorts of thoughts written, some details, and
Lovely.
I will keep sketching them. So it's a simple idea about a key, but I have sketched it out.
Okay.
So a person should constantly keep sketching, and I normally tell people that whenever you go to some place, if you like something, don't take a photograph, but if you sketch, it is registration.
Yeah.
So it's like writing hard disk, right?
Yeah,
So
then you observe that
then you
much more
observe.
in detail.
Yes, so you are looking at everything at the smallest thing, then you like something in that. That habit actually helps you a lot. If somebody is wanting to do automotive design, he actually should get into a sculpture class.
Okay.
Because it's an expression.
Okay.
So if you look at sculptors, he might not draw a human body in the right proportion, but he's actually expressing something. So if you look at cars, they are the expression of you. That's why you like a particular kind of a car. His hands should get trained. Like somebody is wanting to do textile, right? Should get into weaving, should understand. So he should make trips to looms, and we are lucky to have actually handloom existing today.
Yes.
So just imagine a person who wants to do a good loom or textiles should actually go to Maheshwar. Their weaves are possibly one of the best weaves in that side. Or go to South India, understand Kanjivarams. Every sari is different.
Right.
And it's an expression.
Right, of course.
Once a person decides that he wants to take up the subject, he should find every opportunity to see, visit, meet people,
Right.
look at the stocks, listen to people. There are enough and more people on TED who talk.
Yes.
1 hour of morning practice of a sketch session, and evening time possibly 1 hour of studying or looking at YouTube videos or TED Talks. So you should do it.
You should, yeah. So tell me, you've worked on some fantastic projects. If you had to do something in the future which was fun for you, what do you think that would be?
So right now we are building a motorcycle.
I'd love to see that one.
So I'm building a motorcycle. We are also building a cycle.
A bicycle?
A bicycle.
Wow.
But recent trip to Japan, I follow a lot of their comics. I also read a lot of comics in India as well. I saw something it's called Gundam.
Okay.
Okay. I went to their flagship store and I saw this character called Gundam, and I was it's a toy, but it's a life by itself. There's an environment around it, and people just build Gundams.
Okay.
And it's a character.
Right.
What's the harm in designing a new Gundam? Possibly a kind of a person or persona for our market.
So for a child, it's like a simulated life that he starts leading
but
through
it doesn't end there. I have seen kids getting fascinated by Gundam in the same spirit as elderly people getting a thing because they have grown up with Gundam.
Oh, okay. So I'm sure one day, so wish you all the luck, and
Thank
I'm
you.
sure one day we're going to see this beautiful toy coming out of
Let's see.
Futuring
I don't
Design.
know. Thank you.
But thank you so much for being on the
Pleasure.
show and
Pleasure,
sharing all that information with us.
Thank you.
Please click the subscribe button below. Like me at facebook.com/ChetChat101. Follow my Twitter handle ChetChat101 or at Instagram ChetChat101. Please leave your comments in the sections below. And if you'd like me to feature any particular college, please let me know. Thank you.